Boo! Hey guys, hold on. Let me get a drink. We're going with Coke today. Ah, you could fit a big drink in this. I gotta start getting bigger drinks. It's not really time to be out mowing yet, but I got this Ultima, and I wanted to play around with it. Hello, lighting. Man. Alright, that's way better. So, I wanted to show you guys some things about how to use this Cub Cadet Ultima zero turn, because, you know, a lot of people have been asking me over the years, well, what about big yards? What about big yards? You know, and they think the only way you can do a big yard is with the old school lawn tractors that, you know, can't really turn very well or just are really slow. So I'm going to show you just how easy it is to use a zero turn. There are some things you need to know before you jump in one, and so hopefully I'll give you some guidance there and you'll be able to do it in no time. I mean, the big deal is practice and going slow at first, because, you know, if you just jump in this, it's a very powerful machine. You can destroy things, not just the grass, but all sorts of stuff. You can do some damage. I know. Now it wasn't on the Cub Cadet, but I've used other heavy machinery like this, and you know, you can do some big stuff. So the first thing to realize is, I mean, if you look at the controls, it's not that much different than a lawnmower that you push mow with. So, I mean, it's got the choke, which a lot of the lawnmowers now have the auto choke, but it's not that different. You've got the bar for the blades, which some of them have, and you just turn it on instead of pulling it. And then you've got the RPM here. So, I mean, it's not that much different. So that part is easy. I think where people most get into trouble is this part. And, you know, they think steering wheel and they go, oh, what's this? So if you go forward, that pushes this tire forward. If you go backwards, that pushes this tire backwards. Same with this one, but on the right side. So if you want to drive in a straight line, now I'm holding the camera, but you need to push both forward at the same time. If you want to go backwards, you need to go backwards with both at the same time. Now, something to consider too is if you push just the left but not the right, it's going to only go on that, and it's going to pivot on this tire, and that's going to leave marks in the grass, okay? So a great tip to always remember is when you're turning, always have both tires turning. That's the easiest way to not make any tear marks. Now, if you're on wet grass or just on bare dirt, you know, you're going to make marks. It's a heavy machine. It's going to happen. So that's why you don't want to mow when it's really wet. Another thing to remember, that's no joke, all right? This thing is so powerful, the stuff coming out of there is going to go flying out. You can really mess stuff up by shooting that at the wrong way. So always have that pointing away from the house or away from any cars. If you need to, boom, push the button, turn the blades off, and then you can drive by. So if you're in a really thin spot, you might have to mow forward, then mow back, and then mow forward and keep the grass clippings shooting out the side. Another thing to remember is this has some overhang, so you can get up close with the tires and overhang the edges. So like my trees in the front, a lot of my gardens, what I'll do for an edge is I'll cut down, and then there's like a groove, and that prevents the grass from spreading, and then the mulch slowly goes up. So this, you can have the overhang, which is nice. Now if you start to try to go on that side, you can't really tell. I mean, if you're a pro, you'd be able to figure out by feel, but you can't really see where the edge is. Here you can, and it is reinforced on the front, so if you do hit something, you're covered, but you really don't want to hit things with this. You really want to walk the property, you know, check things out. You know, when the pros do this, they hop in, they do it all day long. They're used to it. But if you're a homeowner, especially if you're watching this video trying to figure out how to use one, go slow, take your time, do what I did, and drive around the yard without the blades on quite a bit. Get used to how close you can get. Obviously, in this video, there's bikes and stuff. I would have cleared all of that, everything, before going around with the blades on, because it doesn't take much. These guys are really sensitive, so it doesn't take that much. Like, this is full throttle here, and that's neutral or stop, so it doesn't take too much. If you slip, you could easily hit something, and kabooey, you know, this thing will eat it right up. Another thing to remember is the machine itself is powerful. See, even with the blade off, if you run into things, if you're twisting and turning, so one thing I like to do when I'm backing in and out of the garage, I don't bring it this low. I'll bring the throttle down to about halfway, and that helps slow things down. Now, when you're mowing though, you always want to have it full throttle because you want the blade spinning the fastest, all that stuff. You can still, you know, you don't have to push this all the way to go slower. But when I'm doing in the garage, I like to tone it down a little bit just so that way, in case, I mean, that fridge is glass. That right there, I got some space. I think that would actually go under it, but you know, if you whacked in over there, you could do some damage. Another thing is, while you're turning, you want to try to do kind of a 3-point turn. You know, if you're really new, it might be more like a 4 or 5 point. That's fine. You'll get better at the turns. Don't freak out about it. It's just, you get a feel for how far back this guy sticks out, and you know, you're gonna need to back up and turn and all that stuff. You can turn by pushing forward and back at the same time. That will spin it. Just realize that, you know, that is gonna put pressure on those tires as it spins. So, you know, you can feel free to play around and get a feel for it, but if you're just starting out, you're probably gonna wanna do the more 3/4 point turn style. It's been a while since I've done the 0 turn, so I'm a little bit rusty on this, but you can, as you get the feel for the soil and the grass, you know, the type of, if it's wet or not, and how the mower performs, you'll be able to do much faster turns. And they call it a 0 turn because you can do some pretty sharp turns with this, and do it quickly too. So you're gonna get that feel, but when you're starting out, go slow. So that's all the tips I've got for today. It's just kind of getting into it. It's not too much I can show you right now, but it is, if you've got a large yard, this will definitely help you. It's also got, hopefully you can see it, got a trailer hitch so you can do some other things with it. And if you got a large property, you're gonna need something extra to help you. It's hard to push mow such a large property. Alright, so starting the engine, you're gonna want to make sure that the 2 handles are outside, pushed out like that. That's what keeps it parked. And then you're going to pull the choke, turn it on, put the choke back in, and let it warm up for a little bit. Once it's warmed up, it's good to go. Now I always put it halfway throttle when backing out or bringing it in. Just makes it a little bit easier to control in the tight spaces. But as you can see, I mean, I left all that stuff there, and it's actually pretty easy to navigate around everything. So don't feel too worried about that. So here we go, full throttle, time to go. I'm still gonna do this as slow as I can just to show you and also to get used to it. You can see here, I'm not doing super accurate turns. I'm just playing with it, which I really encourage you to do when you first get one as well. You can worry about being the perfectionist later. Now you can mow while going backwards as well. It's the same thing. You just back it up slowly. Don't go from driving forward to back really quick. here I'm going to take off my right hand and show you what happens if you only use one tire at a time. Now you can do a spin like that, but you'll notice a little tire mark. Now I was surprised it didn't do much damage, but in general I would recommend you not do that. If you do need to make a turn, always have the both wheels going. Now you'll notice in a second you'll see both hands going. You can kind of tell there where they're at different rates, and so I'll push both forward or back at the same time, but one's farther than the other, and so that gives it the ability to turn without making the ruts. And it's a matter of getting used to the mower and your yard, if there's any types of slopes or whatnot. So just take your time, practice around. It is a lot of fun, so you know, this isn't too much of a waste of time, especially since it can do your yard really quick. Now if you're really new or you want to go fast, you can make your turns on pavement, and then you can do the super sharp turns if you want. But you just have to watch out for vehicles, so it's another additional thing to look out for. And also always be aware of where that's shooting out, because if you're doing it by the street or by garden beds, you will be shooting out rocks and sand and such, so you don't want to sandblast a car driving by. Another thing to pay attention to is when you're going up onto garden beds like this, if you're blowing into the mulch, you can easily blow all that mulch and make a big mess. So you always want to go up to it with your left side. You'll see here you can get much closer with it. If you feel comfortable, you can get it to overhang, and then you don't even have to do much trim work, and you're good to go. Now this mower will go, I believe it's 7 miles an hour, so that's pretty fast, especially if you're used to push mowing, so you can get a lot done with it. And here I'm going to speed up a little bit and do some crazy turns and just play around. I left all the junk in the yard just to give me obstacles to go around and to play with. Obviously you would pick all this up, you would never leave those toys out, because if you do hit them, man, that'd be a lot of damage. You can see here the slope. I didn't go quite to the end because I didn't feel comfortable yet. I'm not sure how close I'll get to the edge with that, but you can get really close to the tree with it and do just fine. Now, again, when I'm pulling into the garage, you know, you're going to want to slow it down. I'm going to slow the throttle down. If you have to hop out, put the bars out to the sides. You can hold it there, you leave it running. Obviously you have to turn the blade off to do that. It will turn off if you leave the blades on and you put it out to the edge like that. But just bring the throttle down, go nice and slow, and you're good to go. So there you have it. That's how easy it is. I hope it shows you that it's not rocket science. You just got to practice like anything else. Just a shout out, thank you to Cub Cadet for sending this to me, because you know, it just wouldn't have happened if they didn't. I'm having a lot of fun with this so far. It's really simple. You know, it feels, I guess I want to say it feels natural. You just hop in and go, and it doesn't feel too scary. So it's a good feel. You'll enjoy it, and I think I'm rambling now, so see ya. If you like my videos, you'll love my website, grassdaddy.net. The lawn care planner tool will download the local weather reports every morning and build a lawn care plan catered to your area. The lawn care journal allows you to keep track of what you put down, when you put it down, so there's no more guessing or over or under applying any products. We also have a Lawn of the Week contest. Every week a winner gets a Grass Daddy t-shirt. And last but not least, there are application calculators and articles to help you identify and tackle problems in the lawn. So check it out. It's completely free. It's grassdaddy.net.